Hey friends, hey book dragons, I'm back. So I am here to do like a 48-hour reading vlog to wrap up 2022 and ring in 2023. Unlike last year when I was in Disney, I'm gonna read all day. That is the plan. I'm gonna work out a little bit, I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm gonna have a good time. But what I do want to do is I want to read a book from every genre that I've read this year, hopefully. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna do a middle grade, a YA, an adult, and then a historical. So the one I'm going to pick up first is Babysitter's Club's Marianne's Bad Luck Mystery, because this literally just came out. I think it actually came out a little bit early. So I'm going to read this. It's really, really short. I've been reading this series. This is book number 13 in this series. It's just another series to get under my belt for 2022. Definitely doable. And I have a stack of books. I'm going to see how long this takes me. Right now, we just hit 9:15. So I think I should be able to read this by 10 o'clock. And then after this, I'll probably go for a walk and do something else just to sort of be active on this beautiful day, because it's actually not that cold. It's been so cold the past couple of days. So yeah, I'm gonna go read probably this whole thing. Maybe I'll give you like 2 updates. I'll read up to page 100 and then I'll give you guys an update. There's no page numbers on this. So I'll read half of it. I'll give you guys an update. But I really have liked the series. It's been a nice way to re-experience the series. And then we'll talk about the other books I might read once I get there. But yeah, I'm going to go start this one and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Hi, dragons. I'm back. I decided to do a bit of a quicker update. I did wind up getting up to page 55 in Marianne's Bad Luck Mystery. I'm liking this book a lot. I've always loved this series because I think what Marianne Martin did and what these adaptations are doing, or these adapters are doing, is they're taking these classic stories and making them more modern, but they still do give me like a 90s-ish feel, even though some of the stuff is a little bit more modernized. But this one follows Marianne, and she's definitely my favorite character. When I was younger reading these series, Marianne was always my favorite character because she was quiet, and I was very, very quiet as a kid. Still sort of am quiet. People tell me I'm very, very loud, but you'll have to be the judge. But I like this because it really does deal with stuff that was very, very prevalent in the 90s, like chain letters. Now it's different because of social media, but at the time, chain letters were super popular. And she sort of gets sent a chain letter and bad luck is following her. So it's set around Halloween, I think, which I don't know why this book came out in December, but alas, we won't get into that. But it's very, very fun. I just love the art style. I love all the different characters. I was so devastated when the Babysitter's Club series got canceled on Netflix because I was really liking the way that it was going. But yeah, very, very cute, very, very fun. It gives me 90s vibes, even though it's supposed to be modernized. But yeah, I'm happy that I'm ready. And also I like how it's book 13 and this is book 13 and it's like a bad luck story. Very, very fun, very, very cute. So yeah, I'm gonna go read a bit more, read about 50 more pages, give you guys an update. Time check. Right now it just became 10 o'clock. And yeah, I'm also trying to get my story graph set up for 2023. I tried to do this about a year ago and I failed, so I'm going to try that and see if it works. I like Goodreads, but I also am a stat person, and Goodreads doesn't really have stats until the end of the year, and I like stats, and I'm just trying to get the most stats I can for 2023 because I think stats are interesting. But yeah, I'm going to go read about 50 more pages, and hopefully that works. And yeah, so I'll give you guys an update when I read about 50 more pages. Bye, friends. I'm back. It is about... Hey friends, I'm back. It is about 10:30. I did wind up reading another 50 pages in my book. The one thing I like about this book is this book has more interactions between the Babysitter's Club. The book before this, book 12, I really enjoyed. I love the representations about a deaf child and how Jessie had to deal with that, but this one has a lot more interaction between the people in the Babysitter's Club. We're still missing Stacey because she moved back to New York, but I'm really enjoying it. It's like quite fun. It's set. This would be a great Halloween read, especially for someone who's a scaredy cat like me. It has some like mystery, some spooky elements, but nothing too horrific, which I like. I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm gonna probably wrap up the last 77 pages and then I'll give you guys a solid check-in, and then we'll choose what we're gonna read next. If I'm in the mood to read adult, if I'm in the mood to read something else, I don't know. But I'm just trying to read as much as I can today. So yeah, I'm gonna go read the last 77 pages of this and wrap it up. I think I have a theory about who was sending her the letter. Basically, this whole story is that Marianne got a chain letter in the mail, and because of that, she and everyone in the Babysitter's Club is experiencing some bad luck. And I think it's pretty obvious who has sent her the letter. But it's fun. It's a fun read. I just love the art style. I love seeing the characters again, and it's great. So I'm gonna go read the last 77 pages, and then I'll give you guys a time check and a reading update, and we'll pick what we're gonna read next. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Friends, Lori here. I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. It is about 11:30, and I did wind up finishing the Babysitters Club Marian's Bad Luck Mystery. Really did enjoy it. Probably gonna be like a 3.75 stars, right up to 4 on Goodreads. I like that this book really did focus on the girls and their dynamic. I thought that it was a light-hearted mystery, which would be perfect for spooky season. I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. One book down, and now I'm on 225, so anything else I read will be perfect. I like to read my book and my year on like an even note. I'm gonna decide if I want to read The Cloisters next or Rivals next. These are my two that I'm gonna decide between. Yeah, so that is my plan. I'm gonna take a little bit of a reading break and get some lunch. I'm leaning towards reading The Rivals because it's another series that I would like to read, and I was intrigued. Like, I really hoped we got a book 3 in this series. And I think that she is going on an adventure. Yeah, she's going a greatest convocation, and Nina, and now they want to take down. So it basically follows 3 girls. It follows the Queen of America. This is like a retelling. And then it follows Nina and Daphne as well. And I think Prince Jefferson is going to be more prevalent in this book, so I'm super excited. I think I'm going to start this. How many pages is this? It's like almost 400 pages. Ooh, and we are getting another book in 2023, which is nice. Just look at the back. So I think I'm going to start this, and I'm going to give this a shot. I did read the novella that sort of like started the series, or like gave me some reminders, so I think I'm going to pick this one up. And yeah, I'll give you guys my thoughts when I read about 50 pages. But yeah, that's my plan. So I'm going to go get some lunch, and I'll talk to you guys when I read about 50 pages of Rivals. Bye, friends. Hey friends, I'm back. I just want to do a bit of a quick update. I did wind up reading to about page 50 in Rivals. Right off the bat, I'm liking it quite a bit. When I first read this series, I definitely liked one point of view more. But if you never read this series, basically the premise is instead of America having a president, they have a king. And in the first book, you get an American queen, which is very, very different. And you follow 3 main characters. You follow the future queen of America. You follow her younger sister, Samantha, and then you follow 2 other girls. One is Samantha's best friend, who has a relationship with Jefferson, who is the younger brother. And then you follow Daphne, who's a little bit of like a social climber and really wants to date Jefferson. I really liked book 2. Book 2 went in a way that I didn't necessarily expect, but I enjoyed it. This book is a little bit more political. So you see, oh, what the hell's her name? You see, no, it's not Samantha. You see Beatrice as she's sort of coming into her own, and she has her first real, like, test as being queen. And then you have Daphne, who's now dating Jefferson again, and she has a lot of secrets she's hiding. And then you have Nina, who is going to school with Jefferson, and then you have Sam, who is in a new relationship. And I'm just really liking it. It's so funny because I'm reading a lot of royalty stuff. Like, I've been watching the Prince Harry and Meghan documentary, and the Queen died this year, obviously. So it's just very, very compelling and a very, very quick read. I really want to go back and read her mystery series because I think I would like it equally as much. But I'm loving it, and I like that book 2 ended in a way that I didn't necessarily expect, so I'm curious to see how this book goes. We are getting a book 4. It says it's coming out like the first day of January. I doubt that's true, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm really liking it, and this is the first time that reading all of these point of views, I felt invested in every single character. Normally when you have different point of view characters, ooh, I just hit myself in the face. I normally like one more. I'm liking all of them, and I want to see where everything goes, and they're all in somewhat committed relationships, except for Nina. So that takes away some of that drama, but I'm just liking it. I think it's gonna be more political stuff, which I do tend to like. And like, there's a climate initiative that Beatrice is trying to pass, and people are like not liking it. I'm really intrigued, so I'm gonna keep on reading. This is a 400-page book, but I tend to read it pretty quickly. So yeah, I'm gonna make some reading progress. I'm still have 50 videos left in my YouTube queue. I don't know if I'm gonna get to finish it, but that is the goal for today. And yeah, it is New Year's Eve. I'm gonna get some reading done today, and I will talk to you guys when I read another 50 pages or if anything else dramatic happens. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, friends. Hey friends, book lovers, I just want to give you a quick update. I did wind up reading another 100 pages or 2-page 100 in Rivals. I will say, I am, and I will preface this comment by saying, I am a big fan of Second Chance, Friends to More Romances. So, there is a romance in here that I am dying for. Been dying for it since book 1. As the series has gone on, it's like gotten less important to me, but the vibes are back. The vibes are back. If you've read this series, you probably know who I'm talking about. I will also say low-key one of my favorite characters is Jefferson, the brother. He's not a point of view character in the story, but I love him so much. I think he reminds me when I was first reading it, he reminded me a lot of Prince Harry. Just like, I read this like a long time ago. Book 1 came out a ridiculously long time ago. But I'm just liking it. It's just a fun read. It's very, very quick. There's a lot of like drama in the story, but like it's more political now. The characters are sort of forced to work together, which gives me like Three Dark Crown vibes. That's why I really like Three Dark Crowns, because like book 1 I struggled with a little bit. It wasn't my favorite. But as we got farther in that series, the characters were sort of forced to work together, and I did enjoy that. And the girls in this book are sort of forced to work together, especially 2 characters. So yeah, really liking it. My goal is to read another like 100 pages and give you guys a time check. It is about 4 o'clock. It is raining. My walk has died. My dad took the puppy for a walk. I wasn't taking the puppy for a walk, but my arm is still sore from getting my shot, and she pulls a lot, and I think that will just hurt my arm. So yeah, I'm gonna charge my battery on my camera. I'm gonna try to read another 50 pages and give you guys an update, and then we'll see what time it is. I do not know if I'm gonna finish this today. I would love to. I also want to like choose the perfect book for 2023 to start with. So I have like literally, I'm gonna show you. I have like so many books as an options. Like I literally have so many options on my TBR to start with, and I don't know what it's going to be. It may not even be this book. I may like go off course and I may read something else. But I always say the first book you read in a month is like a good indication of if you're gonna like something or you're gonna hate something. So I always pick like a pretty strong bet. I think last year I read Legends League of Liars by Astrid Chalette and didn't really have high expectations, and I love that book. So normally the first book of the year I read is pretty good. So I'm gonna go charge my battery, read about 50 more pages, give you guys a time check, and then we'll see if I can I would love to finish this tonight, but I think it might be a hard sell. We'll see. But I'm going to charge my battery, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Friends, Laura here. I'm back. So I did want to do a quick update. I did wind up getting up to page 154 in Rivals. I'm loving this book. Like, I really thought this was not going to be a 5-star read for me, but I might be proven wrong. It is just so captivating, and like I feel like because it's the 3rd book in a series, I feel like I know all these characters, and they have shown so much growth and progression, and the background of like the monarchy in America gives me like Regency romance vibes, which I've been loving in the last couple of years. It also gives me political elements. You also have 3 very, very strong, 4 very, very strong and different female characters that are not necessarily all good and not necessarily all bad, but like they feel human. And Jefferson is just a cinnamon roll, and I love him. So I'm just so captivated by all these. The title of this book does make me nervous because it's called Rivals, and there's an obvious answer of who the rivals are in this story. Like there's an obvious answer, and if you've read book 1 and 2, you know who the 2 biggest rivals are in this story. But there's another potentiality that's a little bit more dangerous to me, and I'm like, if that's the rival, then this book is going to get really crazy towards the end. Catherine McGee planned this story very, very methodically and like very, very captivating. I really don't have a favorite character, to be honest. I think they're all growing on me. They're all very, very different. They all have different romantic entanglements. I think Samantha's story is captivating me the most right now. But I love them all. I also really, really love Nina, and I hope I want Nina's story to go one way, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. Again, I always choose the wrong ship. We've talked about this. If you followed me for many years, I always choose the wrong ship, but I'm really invested. I'm really liking this. I just want to keep reading, which is actually a pretty good sign. So yeah, I'm gonna update you when I get to page 200. Right now, it just became 7 o'clock. So could I read another you know, 250 pages before midnight. I don't know. We're gonna try. But honestly, I wouldn't hate it if this is my first book of this is my first read of the year. So we'll see. I'm gonna go read another 50 pages and then we'll give you guys another check-in. But so far, I'm really intrigued. And at the end of this, I'll talk spoilers because if you've been reading this series, I think it'll be interesting. But yeah, I'll put like I'll just say spoilers at the end. But I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I have theories too, so I'll see if my theories are right at the very, very end. But I'm gonna go read. I'll talk to you guys in about 51 pages. Bye, friends. Hey, friends. I'm back. It's a little bit dark. I did wind up getting up to page 204 in Rivals, and I'm really enjoying it. Like, I almost don't want to read it right now because I am getting a little bit tired, and I might make this my first book of 2023. But I am really enjoying it. There is a lot of political stuff happening in the story, and I think it's like so unique and well done. And I think the talk about the American royal family, which doesn't really exist, is allowing Catherine McKee to have a lot of conversations, especially with the dynamics of the people involved in the story. Like, all of them have a potential love match, and it's just very complicated, and I'm really liking it. Like, I think that this is probably my favorite book in the series. I forgot, it was a 5-star read prediction, but I went in like not knowing where the story was really going. I'm really loving this book right now, like really enjoying it. It's probably going to be at least be a 4-star read for me. It might even, I would say right now, if I had to predict, it would probably be a 5-star read. But I'm really liking this, like quite a bit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a little bit of a reading break. I'm gonna watch some YouTube. I have like a couple of videos I need to watch before the end of the year, which is gonna be my focus. And then I might read the last hour of the year and just see how much progress I can make. But I'm really liking it, and I'm glad I picked it up. I want to go back and read her mystery series because I've heard that's really good as well. But yeah, I don't even have a favorite character anymore. I think that they're all so different and all so unique, and they're all in such complicated situations. Yeah, and even my least favorite character, Daphne, I'm liking more. So yeah, it's a very, very fun read, very, very unique. And a lot of conversations are being had that I think are very prevalent to real world lifestyles, especially in regards to like Harry and Meghan, because one of like Samantha's guy she was with was an African American man, and that had a lot of things like giving up his title if they were to get married. And then Nina is Latin American, like she's Latina, so there was a lot of thing when she was dating Jefferson, and it was just very, very interesting. And like those conversations I think are really important to be having, and I'm really liking how Catherine McKee is having it. It's a very, very politically charged story, but it doesn't feel like the stakes are so high as well, but it just feels very, very readable and like very, very digestible. All of these characters are holding secrets, every single one of them, and I think some of them are going to blow up in their faces. And the title Rivals, I'm still convinced is going to lead somewhere, but I don't know how right or wrong I'm going to be. But I got up to page 20, I got up to chapter 25, I got up to 200 pages is in. Definitely doable to finish this book tomorrow. Definitely doable. Yeah, and then tomorrow I get to start all my reading challenges, which I'm super excited for. I'm probably going to wake up a little bit early. I'm going to go to yoga tomorrow. I'm going to pick an audiobook. So yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna, I don't know. I'm like, now I don't know if I want to keep reading. I think I might read a little bit more and see how tired I get. I don't know. So, I don't know. If I pop back in, it's because I kept reading. And if I don't, it's because I'll see you guys in 2023. But I'm going to go see if I can read a little bit more because my plan was to read all night. But I never read well past 9 o'clock. I just never do. So, this is a long clip. I will see you guys when I have another update. Bye, friends. Hey friends, Lori here. It is 2023. Happy New Year. I just woke up. I'm in the process of sort of organizing my bookshelf. So here is a sneak peek of all majority of my top reads of the year that are going to be in a couple of videos coming forward. Now I feel that the end of the year has occurred. I could start making my end of the year content, which I've been waiting for. So what I think I'm going to do, I literally just got up. I'm like doing a couple things. I have to do a couple of like late things that I was trying to wait for to do. I want to set up my last of my bullet journal. I want to do a couple of things. I want to start journaling again this year. So I have to do a couple of little things for that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to go get this stuff ready, organized. I want to work out this morning, pick an audiobook and I'm just gonna have a good relaxing day. I'm gonna read all day. I'm gonna go to yoga super late, and then tomorrow, because I have tomorrow off because it's a bank holiday, I'm probably gonna film tomorrow. I'm gonna film a couple of videos. I also have off Friday from work because I have a doctor's appointment, so between those 2 days I'm gonna get some filming done. But today I'm just gonna relax and I'm gonna read. My goal for today is definitely to finish Rivals by Katharine McGee. And I'm also like halfway through The Other Side of the Sky by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. So there's a possibility I might just make those my priority because I'm already sort of done with both of them. And just kick off, because the next book I want to read is super massive. So I might read like 3 things and then I might start Stellaluna. Because Stellaluna is big. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna go do my errands. I'm gonna go get ready for success. And then I'll talk to you guys when I'm ready to start reading. Bye, friends! Back with a couple of updates. It's about 11. I did want to say that in 2020 and 2021, I was really good at reading nonfiction. 2022, I wasn't the best, so I'm gonna try to get better. I also want to get better at journaling and like a lot of self-care stuff that I just have been failing with. I feel like 2022 was not the best year for self-care, so I'm going to try to be better. So I picked up The Listening Path, The Creative Art of Attention by Julia Cameron, and I'm going to read this over the course of the next month. It's not that long, but I also want to get used to journaling in the morning when I wake up. So that is going to be a project for January. I have to make my goals. I'll probably make them tomorrow when I wake up in the morning. I filmed. I went for a walk, I worked out, which again is another goal, and I'm on 326 of Rivals. This book is so complicated, and I think what this book really shows is the complexity of being a royal member, and I think like it just came out at the perfect time because if you are not the monarch, even if you are the monarch, you have so much things placed on you that you have no control over. And, you know, your relationship with the press and your relationship with your other, like, the other person you're with, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I think that all the characters in this story are so different, and it's just a very captivating story. It's really one of my favorite contemporary series I've read in the YA genre, and I don't read a ton of, like, straight-up contemporary. This, I would say, is a straight-up contemporary story. There are obviously romance elements because all the main characters are involved in romances. There is a little bit political intrigue, but it is really, really good. This is definitely going to be a 5-star read for me. And now it's like the point where everyone's path is collapsing. So it's very, very good. I'm really liking Daphne's character, and that's not been the case in the past two other books. She's been sort of like a villain. But it's really good. It's a very, very good read. Very, very captivating. I have about 50 pages left. So yeah, I'm going to go read the rest of this, and then we'll do my, like, a non-spoiler chat. I'll talk about it, and then we're going to talk spoilers because this is like the 3rd book in a series, and if you are caught up, I would like to give you guys my spoilers because this was definitely not what I was expecting. I really thought that Majesty was going to be the end, but I'm so happy we're getting a book 4. I really hope book 4 we get a certain person's point of view, which I've been craving for since book 1. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to go read the rest of this, and then I'll update you guys with my final thoughts, both spoiler and non-spoiler. Bye, friends. Hey friends, I'm back for an update, and boy do I have an update for you. I finished Rivals by Katharine McGee, and oh my goodness, this book was a wild ride. I loved it. It's gonna be a 5-star read for me, and I'm now waiting for book 4 because they said book 4 was coming out the first day of 2023. I doubt that's happening. If it was, I would have bought this book immediately. Like, I would have gotten my Kindle and I would have bought it because this was a great installment, and like, so much happened in this story, and I think what I liked about this series so much was the characters show so much growth, and you see them in such complicated situations, and it's really like a unique setting because it has elements of royalty and it has elements of contemporary, but it's just a lot of conversations I've never had read. This title has so many meanings, but I have to talk spoilers because that's what happened. But I gave this book 5 stars. If you don't want to know anything, then click away, and then when I put the book back up, you can come back. But yeah, I gave this 5 stars. I thought the characters were great. So much character growth. And yeah, so when I put the book back up, you can come and see what I'm going to talk about next. But yeah. So, spoilers, if you don't want to know what happened in Rival, I'm going to spoil it. Look away, look away, look away. When I put the book back up, you can come back. So, the end of this book was wild, and I don't think I saw this book coming. So this book started off with all your characters in romantic relationships at the end of book 2 that you weren't like, the end of book 2, the end of Majesty, put all of these characters in very different situations. Beatrice, who was the queen, was in a relationship with Teddy after she broke it off with her bodyguard. Sam was single. Oh no, sorry. Sam was with Marshall, who was an African-American man and was going to be a lord. And Daphne was with Jefferson, who is Sam's brother, and Sam was single. And that is where the book started. And then at the end of this book, it was just wild. There was a lot of drama in this book series, a lot of twists and turns that I didn't necessarily see coming. It was great. There was also a whole subplot with like Beatrice kind of making friends in like more politically minded things. There was like a whole climate change initiative that I really, really liked. It was a wild read. There was a lot of conversations about duty and power and, you know, giving up your life for the crown. And it just really screamed to me Harry and Meghan and like what Harry must have been through, especially Sam's story. Sam being, you know, the next in line for the throne, and did she really want that? It just was a very like fast-paced read. The end of the book blew my mind. So a lot of things happened at the end. There was another character named Gabriella who forced Sam and Daphne and Nina to work together, which I did not see coming. And my hope in this whole story is that Nina gets to be with Jefferson, because I love Jefferson. He's so sweet. I really hope he gets a point of view in book 4, which I think might happen. And I'll tell you why at the very, very end. So I think Jefferson might get a point of view, which I'm really excited about. And then you had, you know, Sam basically debating if she is going to renounce her throne to be with Marshall, because Marshall is an African-American man, and he doesn't want to give up his title, which I thought was very, very compelling and very, very interesting. And then at the very end of the book, Beatrice got into a car accident, and since it looks like Sam was denouncing, Jefferson is taking up the throne, and it's just wild. Which is why I think the next book we're going to get Jefferson's point of view, which I'm really excited about. This book was really, really good. 5-star read. I'm really excited to see when book 4 is coming out, because I will be there. They don't have a title yet. They had a date, but we don't really have a date. So I'm going to be stalking social media. You can come back now. But oh my goodness, that was a wild ride. A really good book to start off 2023. Now I'm going to decide what I want to read next. I don't know what it is. I don't want to dive into Stellaluna yet, because Stellaluna is a 700-page book, and I only have read one book. So I don't know. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'm going to decide what I want to do. So I'm going to see if I want to start Stellaluna. If I don't, but I love this. I love this. This is definitely going to be a 5-star rating for 2023, but first read, pretty good. Now I'm going to go pick out my next TBR. We will chat about it, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, friends. Hey, Book Dragons, I'm back. So I'm going to deviate from my TBR a bit, and I'm going to pick up Stellaluna by China Messenger. This is the 9th book in the Keeper of the Lost City series, and I've been eagerly anticipating it. And yeah, it was a book I really wanted to read last year, and I just kept putting it off, and now I wish I read it last year, because I don't like to read such big books at the start of a year, because then I always fall behind on my Goodreads goal, but I'm just gonna do it. So this is the 9th book. The last book we got was like a short story, sort of. It was pretty long. It was like 400. It was like, for her, it was like a short story, because she wrote like a bridge book, I think. And the war is about to start, and Sophie just kickstarted the war. Yeah, I'm really excited. So I'm going to read about 50 pages of this and give you guys my immediate thoughts. It is just past 7. We have off tomorrow, which is nice. My whole goal for tonight is just to wrap up my YouTube queue. I'm so close to being done. I have a couple of little more things that I would like to watch, and then I'm good, and I'm going to be caught up. But my goal for tonight is to make some progress on this. Get at least 100 pages in would be great. I may read more, we'll see. I've still been going to bed at like 10, so... But I might be able to watch something on TV tonight, which is nice. I might get to finish the Harry and Meghan documentary. We'll see. That's the plan. But yeah, I'm gonna go start this, and I'm really excited. And at the end, there's like just like Rivals, I'll have a little bit of a spoiler section. But I will try to keep it mostly spoiler-free if I could avoid it. But again, it is the 9th book in a series, and I'll just be careful with it. But it is a really good series, and I'll chat a little bit about it when I do my first check-in. Bye, friends. Hi, friends. Hi, Book Dragons. I'm back. It is a little bit later. But I did want to do a quick update. I did wind up, it's about 1:20. I did wind up reading up to page 104 in Stellaluna. This is a very long series. So if you haven't read The Keeper of the Lost City series, then I recommend you start it. It's really good. Very, very expansive world. But at the end of book 8.5, there was a big thing that happened that sort of catapulted the war forward. And a certain character went missing at the end of it. So the first 100 pages was literally them dealing with that. It is a very, very quick read, like very, very quick pace, but the story takes a very long to progress. It's definitely more of a character-led story, but I'm loving it. I love Sophie as a character. Sophie's very interesting because Sophie's a very classic, like, heroine, too. Like, she's just, there's a lot going on with Sophie, but I'm really enjoying it. So, I can't talk too many spoilers. We have literally, in the first 100 pages, we've only seen Sophie. So, I'm excited to see her friends' take on the situation because their takes are sometimes some of my favorite because they're so different. But yeah, I'm going to go read a little bit more. My friend's coming over. This is my last full day off. I'm watching the Harry and Meghan documentary, which I'm really liking. Well, like it's like I'm enjoying seeing their point of view. I just am, you know. But alas, I'm going to go read another 100 pages, and then I'll give you guys an update whatever time that is. Right now, it's about 1:30. So see you guys in a bit. Bye, friends. Hey, Book Dragons, I'm back. It is Monday. We went back to work today. So between last night and today on my commute, I was able to read 230 pages of Stellaluna by Shannon Messenger. I'm loving this book. We are finally getting to the crux of this series, and I think 9 books in, I'm really invested. It's just, now it's like the answers are coming. They're just coming so slow. But I'm loving it. I'm loving the character development. My favorite character is, one of my favorite characters is currently missing in action. But we did get a good, like, pretty long scene with one of my other favorite characters, who is Dex, who is one of Sophie's best friends. There is so much snark in this book. Sophie is one of those characters that, like, you love her, but you also get, being in her head is, like, it's not like a frustrating place to be, but she's just very untrustworthy and sometimes, but I'm just loving it. So, I think I have reading sprints tonight with Riley Marie. I think I have a live show with a Patreon for another thing I'm in. So I have like a bunch of stuff I want to do tonight. But really, I just want to read. I'm in the mood to not finish this because it's like a 700-page book, but I'm in the mood to just dedicate some time to this. I'm still watching the Harry and Meghan documentary, which I'm really, really enjoying. I'm rewatching it because I watched it before Christmas and I want to just tail it off before I move on to something else. But yeah, I'm gonna go read another, like, I'm gonna get to page 250 and then just give you guys, like, sort of like my thoughts check, because I really haven't done that yet. I mean, I talked about it a little bit, but we're starting to get some answers, and that's that's what I love about Shannon Messenger's writing, how she just kind of lets everything unfold in like a really interesting way. And my hope is when we get a release date for book 10, which I don't know when that's gonna be, I am gonna do a massive reread for the previous books in the series, because this book is landing. I think it would land even better if I had all the information, because it's been a while since I read book 1, book 2, book 3. I mean, quite a bit of time. So, yeah, I'm gonna go continue reading and get ready for my reading sprints. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Hey friends, I'm here to do a bit of an update. It is a lot later. It is almost 2:30, but I did wind up reading quite a bit. I mean, I read about 100 pages of The Spice Road. I'm really liking this book. I am loving it. It has a lot of my favorite tropes. Like, it has the potentiality of a quest. It has the potentiality of political intrigue. It has the potentiality of, like, you know, political stuff in it, but basically you follow this main character, and a couple of months ago her brother went missing. They presumed he was dead because he stole magic. Little do they know that he has probably run away to another society that's on the other side of like their little community. Their little community is like a little bit isolated, and he's basically been called basically a traitor. Basically, he's done a lot of things, and the main character, Amani, her aunt is like the leader of this little society, and she's trying to convince everyone she can that can let her go find her brother, because she feels a little bit guilty that she hasn't really listened to him, and she's getting information that is sort of like rocking her faith in the political establishment. And she's a younger sister who I love as a character because she's very much like was always on her brother's side. I would have actually liked to get her point of view as well, but we don't. And I'm just liking it. There's also like the love-hate dynamic between someone going on this quest with her, which I'm really enjoying. I love the setting. I love the magic system. In December, I read A Magic Steeped in Poison, which had like tea magic, and there is a tea element to this. There also is elemental magic, so the magic system is very diverse, and I'm liking that. It's a very, very like action-packed read, and I don't want to put it down. And if you followed like my goals and my wrap-ups, I didn't read a ton of YA fantasy last year, so I'm happy to be reading it. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on that. I also when I was going to yoga, I picked up a book, from Harper. I have an arc of it, and I had to read it because it's on NetGalley, but I can't really talk about it because they're still on strike. But I read about 50 pages of that book, and it's interesting so far, but I don't want to talk about it, and I'll probably just mention it really briefly in my wrap-up. But yeah, so I read 50 pages of that as well. It is on NetGalley, which is the whole point of this, you know, reading vlog, let's say, but I don't want to review it for you because I think that'd be unfair to everyone involved in that, you know, strike and such. But I'm liking it. I can say that. So yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out what's wrong with my camera because it's not charging. And then I'm gonna probably go work out. I'm trying to work out every single day. And yeah, and then I'll come back when I read another like 100 pages. That's the goal. And then maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to say I can do it. I probably won't be able to finish it today, but I want to make some significant progress. And I don't know what else I'm going to read in this reading vlog. I had a couple of plans, what I want to read. They're all like stuff I got from NetGalley. And I wanted to do like some 2023 releases. So I have a couple of options for that. We will see. But I'm going to go read another like 50 pages, and then I'll give you guys another update on Spice Road. Hi, Book Dragons. Larry here. I'm back. I just want to do a quick update. It is probably a little bit later. It's like 1:27. I just went shopping with my mom. I did a bit of book shopping like I always do. But I did wind up getting up to page 600 in Keeper of the Lost Cities. I'm really liking this book. One of our main characters that is missing in action has returned, so I'm happy about that, which means the last 200 pages of this book is going to be jam-packed with action and adventure. I also finished watching Harry and Meghan. I'm about to watch Andor, which I watched for one episode, but now I'm watching Ava Reads Romance, her wrap-up for December. I love watching that, and I'm getting into a better balance for my TV watching. So yeah, I'm gonna go read probably like another 100 pages, if I'm being honest, and then I'll give you like one more thought before I read the last 100 pages of this. But I really am liking it. I think I'm definitely gonna probably finish this book today. I have about 200 pages left, which I think is definitely doable. And yeah, and then I'll give you guys one more check-in where I kind of share my final thoughts, and then I'll tell you guys wrapped up. Then we're gonna wrap up this reading vlog and figure out what I'm gonna do next. So, sorry if you hear my mom, but we'll talk in a bit. Bye, friends. Hey, friends, I'm back. I just want to do a quick update and wrap up this reading vlog. I did wind up finishing Stellaluna by Shannon Messenger. I really love this book. It's going to be a 5 stars for me. Again, when you get really deep into a series, it's really hard to talk about it, but I loved it. And I am going to do a little bit of a spoiler section at the very, very end. But I gave it 5 stars. Thought it was a solid installment. I think we're finally starting to get answers, which I really like, and I think the where of being a leader and how it's affecting Sophie, our main character, is very, very interesting. So if you want to pop on out and not watch the rest, because I'm going to talk a little bit of spoilers because it is the 9th book in the series, just like I do with Majesty, have a great day. I'll see you for my next reading vlog. If you want to stick around, we're going to talk spoilers. Again, last warning. vanish if you don't want to know what happened. So this whole book was very much an answer to what Sophie did at the end of the novella, which was basically start a war. She was aggressive move that basically said that, oh, we're going to war now with this group of people. And due to that, because her best friend, or maybe more, Keefe ran away because his powers were starting to scare him. So about, I would say for a third of this book, Keefe was gone, and I think that definitely affected Sophie in this book, because Keefe is her person. I'll say that. And then it was very much like uncovering secrets, this whole book. Like, we got a little bit of information, a little bit more, and we got to the very, very end. And then it was like a big thing was revealed, like a character, like, oh, this is what Elysium really is, was what occurred. And now I want book 10 because I want to know what happens. But again, this is a very, very slow paced story in a lot of ways, because the characters are so young. But I do like that they share the balance of power with the kids and the adults. And it feels like sort of like natural in a sense. I don't know how to say that. But you could definitely see in the story how the dynamics between Sophie, her ability of being a leader has been challenged in this book. And I think it's really, really hard for her. Also, one of my favorite characters is in dire peril at the very end of the book. So yeah, very, very good, very, very enjoyable. And I had 2 5-star reads to start this year off. So that's really, really good. So yeah, I'm going to go start my next reading vlog, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, book dragons.